Hi, John. Good morning.
Good morning, Lisa. How are you this morning?
I'm pretty well, thanks. It's nice to talk to you. All right, if I've been arrested for DUI, what's the first thing I should know?
The first thing would be to consider whether you're going to take the test or not. And generally, you should take the test in Oklahoma.
And we're talking about the field sobriety test?
No, never take the field sobriety test. These roadside gymnastic tests are not accurate at all and should never be taken.
Okay, so let me ask you about that, because if I have a police officer pull me over, I'm nervous, the police officer says, "Have you been drinking?" What should I do?
Usually silence is best. Don't admit to drinking. Make no admissions. That's going to come back to haunt you later. When they ask you to take these field sobriety tests, you should never take them. I mean, think about it. You're taking a subjective test being given to you by a person that thinks you're drunk. That's why he wants you to do the test. You can't pass them.
Are you saying that the police officer is assuming that I'm drunk?
Why would he be asking you to take the test?
So very politely decline, say, on the advice of counsel, I prefer not to, or just no thank you, officer, or how do I go about it?
But you say, "Officer, I'm not comfortable taking those tests. I have poor balance."
Okay. After my DUI arrest, how long should I wait before I contact an attorney?
You should contact an attorney immediately. In Oklahoma, you only have 15 days to request a hearing from the Department of Public Safety in order to save your driver's license. Also, by contacting an attorney quickly, that gives us the opportunity to gather evidence such as videotapes of the breath testing room or a videotape from the car if it's available.
Why should I not just plead guilty if I'm arrested for a DUI? You know, we're all trying to save money these days. Hiring an attorney can be expensive. Why shouldn't I just plead guilty and get it over with?
Well, if you plead guilty and you're in district court, a first-time DUI in Oklahoma carries 10 days to 1 year in the county jail. So do you want to plead guilty to the potential of a year in the county jail? Second, if you plead guilty, it's automatically going to trigger a license suspension, which could be 180 days that you don't have driving privileges. We have a good opportunity to maybe prevent your license suspension by attacking the case or attacking how the officer administered any type of test to you.
That was my next question. What can you as an attorney do to fight for me?
Well, first and foremost, we can make sure that the officer did his job correctly. Remember, our Constitution guarantees us the right to make the state or the government prove their case against us. And that's what we can make sure that they do.
If I'm looking to hire an attorney and maybe it's my first time, I'm nervous, I don't know any attorneys, what should I be looking for?
Well, you have to remember, with an attorney, they're salesmen just like anybody else. They're selling a product. And so you have to actually meet with them, go to their office. Are they a real-life office with staff and a regular business that's there to protect you? Or are they operating off a cell phone, meeting you in a Burger King? Those are things to consider, and there's attorneys that are out there doing that. The other thing is, when the attorney tells you he does nothing but DUI work, look in the phone book. Does he advertise for other cases? You know, what all does he actually do? I see websites where people say they're DUI specialists, and they've got links to their tax attorney website. They're misleading you. They're not being honest. If they're a DUI attorney, they should do nothing but DUI work. They should be attending DUI seminars. They should be writing DUI books. They should be teaching DUI seminars. That's what you want to look for.
Is that what you're doing?
That is exactly what we're doing. An initial interview at our office takes anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour, because we're going to discuss the facts of the case before we ever advise you what we think your issues are, your defenses are. It's not just come in, this is what we're going to charge you, look how great I am. We want to know about your case and how we can help you.
Sounds like you really listen to your clients.
Well, we try to, because that's where the information comes from. You know, they're the ones that were there that night. They participated in being arrested. I mean, they were the center of attention. And so we want to know what is important to them, and also what's important to them as far as what they want as a result. Whether it's preventing a license suspension, keeping it off their record, making it expungible. It's their life, and we need to be interested in what matters to them.
And you used an important word, expungible or expungement. Can you explain what that is? And if I have a DUI conviction, can I get it expunged?
It depends. In Oklahoma, there's two different types of expungement. If you have a deferred sentence, at the end of that deferred period, the court record is sealed. but you still have an arrest record. In order to get rid of the arrest record and get it expunged, the case has to be dismissed within 1 year of the crime occurring. So it has to be a very short deferred, then it could be expungible. But you also have the driving record. It doesn't do any good to get an expungible sentence in the criminal court if you still lose your driver's license for 180 days, because then it's going to be on your driving record for 3 years, and that's not expungible.
Can you tell us something about your background and your experience as a DUI attorney?
Well, we've been pretty much limited our cases to DUI defense for probably 5 or 6 years now. I've had the opportunity this last several years to really take the forefront on DUI defense in Oklahoma. I'm one of the co-author of the Oklahoma DUI Survival Guide, which is a 180-page paperback that is a layman's guide to a DUI. We wrote it for citizens, and it's about providing citizens information on what to expect.
You literally have written the book.
Not only have we written that book, but we've written the book that the judges and lawyers read, and that's the Oklahoma DUI Defense Manual that's published by Lawyers and Judges Publishing.
What motivates you to want to fight on behalf of your clients who have a DUI arrest?
Well, that's a good question, Lisa, because I really believe that DUI is the area of law or the crime that the most innocent people are arrested for. When we go back and research some of these officers and pull their breathalyzer and toxalyzer results, some of these officers are wrong 50% of the time, that they're arresting somebody, and when you get the results, they're arresting them when they go downtown and take the breath test, they're below the legal limit and they're to be set free. Now, those people took the test. But what about the people that don't take the test, refuse the test? Are 50% of those people actually innocent? And so that's one of the reasons I do DUI defense. The other reason is DUI is an area that if you're actually out drinking and driving and you are guilty of the crime, it's an area of the law, though, that it's everyday people that are making the mistake and they need help. It shouldn't ruin their life. It should just be, let's get this taken care of, let's mitigate, let's keep your license from being suspended, let's make sure this doesn't go on your record and affect your life, and you learn from your mistake, and let's go down the road.
How tough are the DUI laws in your jurisdiction?
Fairly tough compared to some states. I mean, we do have the opportunity of having deferred sentences on a DUI, where you can get it off your record in the end or have the court record sealed. But however, a first-time offense does carry up to 1 year in the county jail if you're charged in district court. So there's a heck of a hammer up there. If you do go to court and it's not handled correctly, you could end up doing a year in the county jail. And let me add on to that, if you take a conviction on the first-time DUI and you get another DUI within 10 years, it's a felony, 1 to 5 in the state penitentiary.
Looking at some serious time, and we hear people say, throw the book at drunk drivers, this increasingly tough attitude towards DUIs. How do the jurors in your jurisdiction approach DUI cases?
No one likes drunk drivers. I don't like drunk drivers. As far as if someone's out there and they're repeatedly driving drunk, I have a family also. But once again, it's an area of law that a lot of people are actually innocent of. We also have this limit, this 0.08 limit that the government has set without any type of empirical studies that someone's actually under the influence at a 0.08. I'm amazed that people with a 0.08 that are coming in, there's no bad driving. You watch the video, they don't look like they're impaired whatsoever. The officer smelled alcohol and he arrested. And based upon that, he took a test and they were a 0.08, but you watch the video and they look perfectly sober. And that's what we bring out to the jury and we talk to them about. And juries want to make sure that the officers are doing it correctly.
If I'm arrested for DUI, maybe I don't want to go to trial. Could you help me?
Yes, a lot of cases in Oklahoma don't go to trial on a first-time offense. Either we get it kicked out by motion or we work out some type of agreement to keep it off your record with a deferred sentence. Of course, with any DUI, you've got the second case, which is the driver's license case. And that has to be requested within 15 days, and we challenge out the Department of Public Safety to try and prevent your license from being suspended.
All right, John, so bottom line, I've been arrested for DUI. I'm looking at you on your website now. Why should I give you a call?
Well, if you're at our website, okdui.com, then you've seen the information about us. I encourage anybody to come in and speak with us. It's a free consultation. It doesn't cost you anything. You get a copy of the DUI Survival Guide, so you have all the information you need to make an informed decision. I'm not the attorney for every person. You have to feel comfortable with your attorney. but at least I can set the benchmark for you. That way, if you do speak with other lawyers, you know what to expect and what you should be looking at. Most of our business comes from referrals. We take good care of our clients, and that's why we get so many referrals.
All right. John, thank you so much.
Lisa, thank you. It's been a pleasure.
My pleasure.